Hello, my darlings. Welcome to your daily reading. I am going to be using this wonderful new deck I've got called the Druid Craft Tarot deck. It's quite large to handle, but it's beautiful and beautiful images. And we're going to see what message Spirit has today for those that most need to hear this message. So let's move ahead with the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you wish to get notifications of my daily readings. And if you wish to become a member, all of the details are in the description box below. And also if you wish to have a reading. So what have we got? We have got the High Priestess, but it is in a reverse position. And I've started to do reverse because it is very clear then what the message is for you within that card. There is nothing negative. There is nothing positive. It is just a slightly different spiritual message for you from your soul. So we have the Priestess, High Priestess in reverse. Thank you. Tell me more. What have we got now? We have got the Nine of Swords, my darling. And can you tell me any advice, please? Thank you very much. And we have got the Ten of Swords. So goodness me, my darling, somebody is feeling, or some of you are feeling in a very sorrowful space at the moment. Let me show you the High Priestess in reverse. So here she is. And let me show you to her the right way round. There she is, the right way round. So the High Priestess in itself is that need to detach. And I've got here, obviously, swords, a very painful communication, painful not even resonating, but hurtful thoughts are happening for you at this time. So the High Priestess is here to tell you that you can help yourself by coming out of the identity side of yourself and stepping back like you were watching yourself to observe with love and attention and compassion how you are truly feeling. The validation is about validating your feelings at this time. So the High Priestess, in reverse is also about, thank you, Spirit, it's about disillusionment. What happens when we become disillusioned? It's almost like saying that was an illusion. I thought it was real, but it's an illusion. So I feel that somebody has really, truly hurt you with the Ten of Swords here as well. It's come as a surprise. It's more than disappointed you. It's sort of, you felt like it's a sort of stab in the back. And it's because life has sort of shown you, and experience has shown you that something or somebody is very different to the vision you had, the illusion you had, or the expectation you had of somebody. And this was something, because we've got here lots of swords in the High Priestess, it's somebody that you had very deeply rooted beliefs about who they were or who they are. And of course, my darling, because of that, you're feeling a loss and a disconnection and great grief at this time. So with this High Priestess card, it is a reminder, as I come back to it, to try in as many moments as you can to detach and observe yourself. Now, one of the ways that you can do that, which is so helpful, rather than saying, I am feeling and something negative, or I am, and I don't like saying words like that because my subconscious and our subconscious have no sense of humor. But if you were to put a negative connotation, a negative verb at the end of I am, then that is a cause and effect that is stating you as an identity are this feeling, and therefore as a vibration, it's not helpful for you. So to detach from it, to say, I am feeling this feeling, or say your name, Victoria is feeling this feeling, because within that space, you are observing it as a temporary feeling, but it is not you. It is not your vibration. It is just a little ebb as part of your ebb and flow of life. So within that space and within that detachment, you're also going to gain a great deal of insight, infinite intelligence, because you are not being, it's that wood for the trees. You're not caught up in it, you're observant of it. So you're giving yourself the space, the energetic space within your awareness of observing yourself to receive your insights, your intuition, which is there at this time, my darling, to help you. And I want to show you this book that's here. Do you see there, that book? That is all the advice, the guidance that's there for you. But as you can see, there is be open to receive at this time. And one of the things that you can say is, I hand this burden over to the universe within, to God within, to Christ within, whatever you wish to say, my darling, to the creator within. I hand this burden over. And I move forward, being open to receive the guidance, the healing, the resolve that I need at this time. And because you've got the 9 of Swords next to this card, I feel, and the 10 of Swords, I feel that this has literally very sharply sort of almost smacked you in the face. It's just come in out of nowhere. But sometimes we have to see the truth of something, not the illusion of something, in order for us to then make the choices with that insight, to then make choices that we see with that insight that are right for us. And it's a very difficult thing to do when we come from a place of when we enter into a place of disillusionment. But trust too, this shall pass. And that brings me on to the 9 of Swords. It's the 9, my darling. It's very close to the 10, which is the next stage. So this 9 of Swords is this experience that you're having now, Angel, with a huge amount of sorrow and grief, and there is loss here, and this is the end of something that you had a very deeply strong belief about and connection to. With the blue blanket on this card as well, you can see that Spirit is asking you to find comfort in what truth you are being told now, either by your insight or by others around you who have been given to help you in this time. And remember, within this space that you are at this time, which is a very protective space where you are now, and you'll probably find yourself in solitude, and that's because the universe is there guiding you and protecting you. And sometimes we need that quietness and we need that stillness in order to start to not listen to the thoughts so much in our head, but to tap in and actually be open to receiving. Because, darling, it is, life itself is challenging, and it produces experiences like this. And it produces experiences like this for so many. And within Mother Nature, there are many different cycles of suffering as well that happen. And if you can, even for a moment, have faith and trust that this moment of suffering that you're going through, and it is a moment in your life, this too shall pass, remember. And you're never given more than you can handle. This moment in your life is because you are, as a soul, wishing to step beyond your comfort zone, beyond the energetic comfort zone that you created. And it is through the suffering that we ascend. It is an ascension, and you may have chosen a very steep ascension path, but this is your time now, my darling, to ascend into a different perception of yourself and of others. And in this present moment, the negative thoughts that you are feeling and thinking, they are ones that you have added. They are ones that you are placing in your mind now. So be conscious of those negative thoughts, the direction that those are going. However, I come back to validate your feelings as well. Acknowledge your feelings, and especially as the 10 of Swords is here too, acknowledge your feelings too, because it is in the acknowledging of something that we give it, it lessens in its importance. Sometimes when we ignore something that is there within us asking to be recognized and released, and we ignore it, then we find that we remain in that cycle, that state of being for a longer period of time than we might otherwise wish for. Also within this 9 of Swords space, the other advice that Spirit has for you is that when we hold no strong opinions, in the words of Manuel from Faulty Towers, I don't know if any of you have watched the brilliant sitcom Faulty Towers, and Manuel says, I know nothing. So it is wonderful with John Cleese. I know nothing. If you say, rather than thinking strong opinions about the situation, say, I know nothing. And when we stay in that space of nothingness, we are creating again a beautiful open energetic portal to receive information, transference of information, that transformational information that is necessary for you at this time to regroup, to recover, to realign with yourself and to feel better, my darling. This is, although you may not be feeling it at this time, this is Spirit's words to you here are that it will get better. There will be a new dawn. You will resolve this within you. You will recover. You will heal, and you will feel stronger, more aware, more understanding of yourself, and also very clear about what it is that you have both experienced and learned from it, and what it is that you wish in the future. And remember with this 10 of Swords that, as I said, everything comes in waves in our lives. Everything is in cycles. And sometimes as souls, we've chosen more difficult paths in order to ascend. But you are as a wave, and this is a trough of a wave, maybe not a peak of a wave or a trough, or if you're feeling great sorrow and you're feeling it's too much, this is the peak of this sorrow before it resides again. So I feel I'm going to pull one more card for you and see one last message from Spirit. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. And it's the end of, because that was upside down, wasn't it? The end of the 5 of Wands, the end of this conflict, this anger, this distress that you have been feeling. It's the end of the ego, wishing to react to the ego. One more card, please. Thank you, Spirit. And the chicken represents a rebirth from that. And you're going to come into this space, my darling, from the 5 of Wands to the King of Wands. Now, this may be an emotional relationship for you. It may be something in a partnership, a separation of, I don't know if this is resonating with you, then this is the message for you. But out of this conflict, out of this combative, energetic space that you've also been in, and one that has brought you feelings of the feelings that you have at this time of disillusionment, disappointment, and great sadness. Trust that out of that, just like a King of Wands who's fought many battles and has learned from those battles what the right approach is going forward. There is great strength within a king. I'm so sorry. We just cancel. I thought I put my phone on silent. There is great strength in a king who remembers the tales of past, who respects the elders, who honors the traditions, who listens to the wise counsel. And so the King of Wands is somebody both passionate and practical and adventurous. And this experience, despite what you may be feeling now, there is Spirit is saying that it's going to get better, and you are going to come into such a strong resolve about what is right for you and your environment, your landscape going forward in your life. And this disillusionment was the catalyst, was the life exercise for you to truly appreciate and understand that perhaps you were not being who you truly are within this either partnership or relationship. And actually, it's allowing you to come back to you as the essence of you and the incredible, powerfully strong, very fair and intense. You have, I got it earlier when I was looking at the high priestess and I didn't say it. So thank you, Spirit. You have here the dragons here. There is fire in your belly. There is fire there. There is desire there for you. And this King of Wands is a representation of that desire within you. So do what is right for you now, my darling. Give yourself time, give yourself space. Know this too shall pass. Hand this burden over to the universe within you, to your higher self, to your superconscious, and do as much as you can at this time for self-care and self-love. But it is going to get better. So I'm going to round up this reading now. Take care and so much love to all of you. And I look forward to seeing you later for either the 1st of November readings or tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye.